Over here in this section here, I have a tiny little volunteer pine tree. I call it Hope. And these sunflowers are these are sun-bright sunflowers. They're going to continuously flower different blooms. These are the Russian sunflowers, and supposedly they're mammoth. And I've got those along there and along there. So they may bloom in a little bit. You know, they might not flower for a little bit. But they're supposed to be super tall. And again, it's going to provide shade, which is good. In the morning, it will end up providing shade for our soccer players or whoever's out here. And in the evening, it can provide shade for people in the garden over here, or even just for the other plants themselves. Because when it's so hot, sometimes they need that. It also will help keep the winds down a bit to a minimum, and the birds eventually will come for seeds to eat this. One thing I wanted to point out about the sunflowers, people say, well, why sunflowers in a butterfly garden? Well, one, they like to eat sunflowers for their diet, and also in the center of the bloom is a whole bunch of pollen, and so the pollinators like to come over. So you'll see butterflies, you'll see bees of all kinds and types and sizes, you'll see wasps of all sizes and colors. So having sunflowers in the garden, the butterfly garden, is a very good idea, because we're not just growing for monarchs, but we're also growing for swallowtails and cabbage moths and some of the other ones. So I don't know what kind this is. I could look it up later. But I do like sunflowers because they don't need a lot of attention. And last year I thought I was going to have to stake them. So I put in stakes, but I don't need to. These stems are super firm and strong. And they're going to grow just fine. They're not fussy. Apparently they say if there's a long area without rain, you should water them. But if you've got your ground covered with other plants, there's already water in there. The soil is cooled, the roots are cooled, and it may not need as much water because there are things all around it. So here's your other sunflower with lots of blooms on it.